So on this walk today, we're going to be walking around Wavertree, looking at some of the finer details that you get in the buildings and the little interesting objects that you might walk past every day without actually noticing. So we're going to have a look at them, talk a bit about the history of them, why they're there, and get some nice images, photos, audio recordings of these little bits and pieces. The hidden history around Wavertree. This is one of those typical buildings that you probably walk past a lot of times but don't really take much attention of. You've got to remember that Wavertree, where we are now, was not part of Liverpool until the 1890s. It was actually a separate township.
Okay folks, if you want to look over here, this is probably the oldest object in Wavertree.
Yeah, just to say one added thing about this big boulder in front of the library. And George Harrison actually remembers as a kid climbing on this rock. It mustn't have had railings about it in those days, because he remembers saying in some of his recollections that he used to climb on the rock, and the kids in the area used to think it was a piece of meteorite that had fallen from outer space. Shall we continue on then? Stand in the doorway here so you can stand back and get photos. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, if you'd like to follow me, we're going to head up and I think our next stop is going to be up towards the Rose Garden. So follow me up there. Probably worth just mentioning a funny little fact here is the old red telephone box, technically known as the K6 telephone box. It was designed by a very famous early 20th century architect called Sir Giles Gilbert Scott. He was one of the greatest architects of the 20th century, but he was also the same architect who designed Liverpool Cathedral.
I thought we'd stop here. Very familiar building. How many of you guys are from the old police station? Excellent. Do you want to know a bit about its history?
It's funny how sometimes you can look at a building and you can almost instantly tell what it was used for just by the shape of it. Full of characters, Wavertree, and it's great. Yeah.
Okay everybody, can you imagine being locked up in there? Could you imagine like your mates trying to, without the roof, trying to get you out?
It is an important building. It is part of our heritage. It's part of Wavertree, and we're very proud of it. We want to keep it. It is prominent, and it links. I always think this is 1796. You've got the Abbey over the road, which is in its own way of its type in the 1930s, and I like that idea that there's that building, this building, and it's still part of our heritage. And what the Wavertree Society is about the built environment, about the history of Wavertree, linking in with Love Wavertree and everything else that's going on with Richard and Martin, and it's great that we can do that.
Wavertree is a special place. It's been like a city in miniature, but it's a place of memories. It's a special place. It's one of those places which I remember all my life and will remember all my life. So I hope you've enjoyed this morning. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you've got any questions, ask Rob. So guys, thank you all very much, and can't wait to see your photos.